Even after battles concluded, the true hell for samurai was far from over. Awaiting them was the merciless savagery known as Ochimumusha-gari. The devastation was immense. Records suggest that after the Battle of Sekigahara, as many as 3,000 defeated warriors were hunted down. But still, in truth, a more astonishing reality, far beyond mere looting, was concealed within this practice. What truly motivated the villagers behind Ochimumusha-gari? Why did Ochimumusha-gari become so rampant? Who permitted it? And what became of the samurai who survived? This video will unravel these mysteries. Let us now delve into the truth. In the main segment, we will also thoroughly explain how Ochimumusha-gari evolved throughout the Sengoku period. When battles ended and the clamor of the battlefield faded, a gruesome scene of countless corpses remained. There was no peace for the surviving soldiers. Deeply wounded, stripped of weapons and food, the defeated soldiers could only flee in disarray. Before them lay a long, arduous path back to their homelands. Yet, shadows watched their every move. The cold, calculating eyes of villagers and bandits, targeting valuable armaments like swords and armor. The initial purpose of Ochimumusha-gari was the plunder of weapons and money. A samurai's sword and armor were, for the farmers of the time, true treasures. Eventually, in the wars of powerful Daimyo, this warrior hunt expanded in scale, becoming far more than a mere act of pillaging. For instance, after Oda Nobunaga's burning of Mount Hai, many warrior monks were slain. Their bodies were stripped of swords and armor, which were then converted into currency. Ochimumusha-gari evolved beyond simple resource acquisition, gradually changing its nature. The intentions of the ruling powers became entwined within it. The daimyo, as rulers, not only tolerated Ochimumusha-gari but actively began to encourage it. There was a clear intention behind this. Behind the daimyo's encouragement of warrior hunts lay astonishing circumstances, closely tied to the unstable social conditions following wartime. So why did the daimyo permit this? The answer lies in their greatest fear, that defeated soldiers would reassemble and ignite another rebellion. Therefore, daimyo needed to thoroughly annihilate these remnants of the defeated army. However, continually deploying regular troops was costly. Their attention turned to the villagers seeking goods and money. By allowing them to engage in Ochimumusha-gari, enemy soldiers could be reduced without significant effort. Furthermore, daimyo began placing bounties on the heads of defeated warriors. For villagers, this was a chance to escape poverty. Those who presented heads were rewarded, sometimes even with land or official positions. For farmers, this offered a significant path to advancement. As if venting frustrations accumulated under samurai oppression, villagers committed brutal acts. To them, the defeated warriors were no longer samurai. The scenes of Ochimumusha-gari became veritable hellscapes, where bodies were dismembered and valuables plundered. It was a moment where humanity was lost. Even farmers without swords or spears, by surrounding a deeply wounded samurai in large numbers, could overcome any resistance. Numbers were power. Thus, with the alignment of interests between daimyo and villagers, Ochimumusha-gari became more deeply rooted in society. The darkness of the Sengoku period deepened. So, how did the samurai resist? To protect their lives, they struggled desperately, employing various stratagems. They discarded their attire to disguise themselves as farmers, concealed injuries, and moved under the cover of night. They tried every trick to evade their pursuers. However, unfamiliar faces were quickly spotted by locals. Defeated soldiers, unfamiliar with the terrain, were easy prey. Some even attempted to escape disguised as women or children, but their unnatural appearance often betrayed them. Cornered samurai sometimes chose honorable suicide, while others attempted a final stand. Their choices were always intertwined with death. Surrounded by swarms of villagers, samurai were mercilessly stabbed to death with spears and hoes. Their final moments were anything but honorable. They met the ironic fate of having their own lives taken by the very swords they once wielded. the heroes of the battlefield fell into the abyss. Even samurai who barely managed to escape faced the risk of being attacked again on their journey home. There was no place of safety. Some became bandits, while others abandoned their names and lived as commoners. They were forced to relinquish their samurai pride. This interplay between winners and losers, and villagers who should have been unrelated, represented another face of the Sengoku period. So, how did Ochimumusha-gari change with the times? With the end of the Sengoku period, its reality also transformed. Entering the Edo period, as the samurai reign stabilized, large-scale Ochimumusha-gari declined. The primary reason was the reduction in warfare. As the shogunate was established and battles became fewer, the value of plundered weapons, armor, and heads from defeated warriors diminished. However, the custom did not entirely vanish. During large-scale civil disturbances, warrior hunts could re-emerge. For instance, during the Shimabara Rebellion in the early Edo period, defeated Christian rebels of the shogunate army became targets of Ochimumusha-gari, meeting a tragic end. The shogunate gradually shifted towards prohibiting farmers from killing samurai. Maintaining order became the paramount priority. As the samurai class system was established, samurai gained privileges as rulers. Attacking them was now deemed an act of defiance against the shogunate. Obtaining heads without authorization was severely punished, and gradually the custom of Ochimumusha-gari faded away. The Dark Era came to an end. Even with the advent of peace, the memory of the Sengoku period remained deeply embedded among the people. Tales of Ochimumusha-gari became a fearsome legacy. Ochimumusha-gari was a symbol of an ongoing hell, even after battles concluded. It was an endless war for the samurai. So why did Ochimumusha-gari become so rampant? Because Daimyo encouraged it for the annihilation of enemy soldiers and the maintenance of order. And because it was virtually the only means for villagers to escape poverty. Who permitted it? The Daimyo sanctioned it, sometimes even offering rewards, making it a semi-official act. What became of the samurai who survived? Some abandoned their names, concealed their identities, and barely clung to life, but undoubtedly carried deep scars in their hearts. Ochimumusha-gari may have been another battlefield, where the brutality of the Sengoku era intersected with raw human survival instincts.
History still hides untold stories. Subscribe for more forgotten history.